Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I've got a little bit of a different one here today. I thought we'd check out this battery operated soldering iron. I've had this for, I don't know, about 15 years, 12 years, somewhere around in there. I have used it in the past for stuff on the go, but I thought I'd do a video on it. I've had a couple people ask about this when they've seen me use it, so I think we're going to start off with actually seeing how hot this will get, and then after the fact I've got this little project I got off of PCBWay, just a little Atari cart that we'll put together. Anyway, let me gather a couple things and we'll get started. Okay, to start off with, I've got my multimeter here and I've got a temperature gauge hooked up to it, and we're going to start off with some new batteries. It's pretty easy. You pull the back off. There's a little map of how the batteries go in there, so we'll start with the lower part there. We'll put this back on. You can see it only goes on one way, so I guess that was good of them. So this has two settings. There's an 11 watt setting and an 8 watt setting, so we should have 11 on the first, or 8 on the first, 11 on the second, and nothing on that one. So we're going to start off with the first setting, and I'll see how well I can hold this on there, and hopefully it goes up to temperature quick. So I'm going to say right around 570. So I'm going to switch this over onto this second setting here. And let's see what this gets up to. So I'm gonna stop that right there. It's gets plenty hot enough. So we're gonna do a little project here. I'm gonna set that on the side here. I've got this little Atari 2600 board. I've got a resistor and a couple of capacitors. And we've got an EEPROM and a little bank switch there. So I've already programmed both of these, so we're not going to go through that. That's not the scope of this video. We're just going to see how this does on doing a project like this. So let me so if we need it, I'm going to use a manual pump. I'm not going to get I've got a Hacko 808, but I'm not going to get that out if we don't need to. I've got some flux here just in case we need it, or if I feel we need it. I don't think we will. You know, I've got a little tip cleaner here, and I'm going to use this solder right here. So again, let me organize myself and we'll get started. Okay, so I think I'm going to start on the stuff that's low. So let's grab our capacitor here. And then we'll grab a resistor here. So years ago, I used to work for a company that had a bunch of gas stations. And anyway, they had little advertising televisions on top of the pumps, and part of my job was to get those installed, and I would use this when I went with me, and just in case I had a bad power supply or something of that nature. I'm going to use this on high, but I did need to use this, and it did what I needed it to do. We used those the Pico power supplies and those things, and you know, it was they were cheap, you know, so sometimes they just didn't work very well. So let's see if we're gonna melt here. It's starting to get hot. So, but that's how I came across this. And when I was at the shop, I had a little Weller, cheap little Weller iron, and I would replace capacitors and stuff. It's kind of how I got into this. I do have much better stuff now. I just thought it'd be fun to just kind of go back to something like this. Okay, so let's clip these legs off. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but you know, didn't turn out too bad. It did pull some solder up onto the other side. I do have a little capacitor here, so let's dig this out of the bag. Got some tweezers here. Maybe that'll help. Okay. This little capacitor is going to go right here. Just pull this down like so. It's going to make it look somewhat pretty. Okay. Now let's use this on the low setting and see how well that goes. I did notice that the light was a different color on low. So you do have to wait a few seconds for this to get hot enough to do something here, but we're starting to get a little smoke there. There we go. So just touch that on there. Well, let's set it on there for a few seconds, just to make sure we got some good weld on it. Okay. There's that. Not the prettiest I've ever done. But let's touch this up. Let me put it on high. Seems like the high gets up to temperature a lot faster. And you can see I kind of got my capacitor there. It's kind of looking a little ugly, but it's okay. Let's just touch those up. Okay. There we go. And I can just fold that down. Okay, so next, in case anyone's wondering, this is an ATF 20V8B that we're going to put in here. So we're going to put this smaller one on first, you know, because this one goes on the other side and I won't be able to solder it on there. Make sure we get the notch correct here. It's a little fiddly. Come on, there we go. Okay, I got everything down low, so let's go at this again, and I'm gonna use this on the high setting. Oh, another thing is this thing cools down pretty quick. If you hold it on your skin, it'll burn you, but it's not too bad. So let's tack the corners in, and then we'll solder it up. Just gonna add, oh, I almost missed one. I just want to double check my work here. Okay. I think it looks pretty good here. Put a little light on there. I'm not sure if that makes it better for you or not. So one of the things that we need to do, you can see on the other side, it did pull solder on the other side. But one of the things we need to do when we go to put this on, those legs are going to be tall. So I can either have this tall, or I can clip these legs off. And let's just see. So if I don't clip the legs off, you can see there, I think I'm going to clip the legs. So we're just going to start snipping. There we go. Everything still looks good. Alright. So now let's put my EEPROM on here, and again I've already programmed this. Now I have another one of these that I've got a socket on, and I can make sure my ROMs fit, and you can see we're good to go there. So let's get going on this side. Before I do that, just make sure there's no metal leg there stuck. So make sure we're going in the right way too, I guess. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do this again. Just do a little clean on the tip there. Okay, tack that side. We'll tack that side, and I'm pushing down just to make sure it comes all the way through. And then I'll take a look. That looks good. Okay. Double check my work here. It all looks good. I think I'm gonna touch them one more time. Just makes it look a little bit prettier is all. And assures that you have a good weld. Alright. So that's what it looks like. Put a little bit of light on there. Not sure if that helps you guys or not. But it does work. And we've just done this little project here. You can get these stuff like this off of PCBWay, others as well, but I like doing stuff like this. I don't sell these. I make these for myself and for my own collection and some of my friends. This one happens to be one that, you know, I could never spend the money on, so I'm not going to tell you what game is on here, so please don't ask in the comments. But yeah, that's my little project. So as you can see, this little thing works pretty good. If you leave this on when you go to put this storage cover back on, it'll actually turn it off for you. Moves that all the way up, and there you go. That's a little bit warm, but you know, again, it is a soldering iron. And so this is a BP860MP model. In case anybody's interested, that's it. I think when I originally got this, I got it at Fry's, and it wouldn't have been more than, I don't know, 10 or 15, 20 bucks max. But I've used the heck out of it. You can see the tip, you know, is a little burned. They do make different tips for these. I think you can still get this exact one. I'm not sure, but you know, nowadays they have those ones you can get from China. They have a little LED on them, tell you the temperature, so you don't have to wait like you do with this. But you know, for what it is, I mean, it's cheap. It can get you started on these little projects. You can order those little starter projects, the you know, make a ham radio or an FM radio or something, you know, or a tricorder. You know, I've seen all kinds of stuff. So anyway, so that's it, and I hope you guys find it interesting. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.